Have you ever watched a child's innocent curiosity take them to places they shouldn't be? A moment so unexpected, so heart-stopping, that time seems to freeze. This is a story that happened in one of the most unlikely places, a zoo. On a sunny afternoon at the Cincinnati Zoo, the animals were resting and families were scattered across the park. Laughter and chatter filled the air. For one family, this would be an ordinary visit, until it wasn't. Among the crowds was a young boy, just 3 years old. His wide eyes sparkled with excitement as he gazed at the animals. But there was one animal that captivated him more than the others, a massive, gentle gorilla. His fascination grew with every step he took towards the gorilla's enclosure. The gorilla's name was Harambe, a majestic creature known for his calm demeanor and impressive size. He sat in the middle of his enclosure, observing the zoo visitors with quiet curiosity. For years, he had been a beloved figure at the zoo, admired by children and adults alike. Meanwhile, the boy, unaware of the gravity of the situation, continued to move closer to the edge of the exhibit. His small hands pressed against the glass as he peered inside, his eyes filled with wonder. Parents, oblivious to the danger that loomed just a few steps away, continued to enjoy the day. But in a matter of seconds, the child lost his balance. One wrong step, and before anyone could react, he tumbled over the edge. The fall was sudden and swift. The boy, no older than 3, landed inside the gorilla's enclosure with a deafening thud. His cries echoed through the air, piercing the calm afternoon. Panic spread like wildfire. In that moment, time seemed to stop. The entire zoo fell silent as spectators stared in shock. For a few seconds, no one knew what to do. The child was now on the ground, and the massive gorilla, Harambe, stood not too far from him, watching intently. Some people screamed, others froze. The zoo staff rushed to the scene, but the situation was much more complicated than anyone could have predicted. The gorilla, though seemingly calm, was a wild animal. His sheer size and strength made him an unpredictable force. The boy, now lying on the ground, was visibly frightened. He cried out in fear, his small body trembling. Harambe, however, didn't seem to act with aggression. He approached the child cautiously, his large hands reaching out, not in attack, but with a strange, almost protective curiosity. As the minutes passed, the crowd outside the enclosure grew louder, urging the zookeepers to act quickly. Some shouted at Harambe to move away, but the gorilla didn't seem to understand the panic around him. Instead, he leaned down, gently tugging at the boy's shirt. He didn't harm him. He simply appeared to be trying to understand who this tiny human was. But the situation was dangerously unpredictable. The staff had to make a decision, fast. Zookeepers, trained in handling such emergencies, acted swiftly. Within moments, a rescue plan was in motion. A tranquilizer dart was prepared to ensure Harambe's safety and the child's. But just as the zookeepers took aim, something unexpected happened. Harambe, as if sensing the rising tension, retreated back to a corner of his enclosure. He sat down and looked at the boy one last time, as if to say goodbye. The rescue team quickly climbed down to the boy, who was still in shock but unharmed. With swift coordination, they managed to pull the child out of the enclosure, and the crowd erupted into applause. The child was safe, but the events of the next few days would spark a global debate. The zoo made the decision to put Harambe down. The world mourned. Many felt the gorilla's actions had been misunderstood. The incident raised difficult questions about how we interact with wildlife and how we protect both animals and humans in such unpredictable situations. As for the boy, he was taken to the hospital for a checkup, and miraculously, he was physically unharmed. His family expressed their relief, but the events left a lasting impact on everyone involved. The story of Harambe, the boy, and that fateful day would stay with them forever. This heartbreaking event serves as a reminder of how delicate the balance is between humans and wild animals. Harambe, a creature of immense power, had the ability to harm the child, but instead he acted with an unexpected gentleness. It's moments like these that make us reflect on how much we truly understand about the animal world and about ourselves.